All right, it's a beautiful September morning here in the greenhouse. What September means reduced light. It's still, which is actually kind of a good thing because keeps the humidity very high at this time of year. Actually, the humidity's been very good this year, but with the reduced light, it makes it very much more like these Nepenthes natural environment. It feels very like you're kind of in a forest or something with all the shade, but it's still very light in here. So it's a very ideal time of year. And yeah, I'm going to take you through some new happenings. I'm going to start here like I always do. This is the Jacques Linear. It's been a voracious anteater. This picture especially. Yeah, pitching again, mostly in the basils, but in a couple pictures coming back here. You know, we're starting to get there again with this one. I think the mother vine's a little stressed still, but the basils are starting to produce some pictures and get some production. And here we have another voracious anteater. This is Nepenthes jamban. Really getting stimulated with new growth from all the anteating. Then the latest picture here, it's got one about to open here. But yeah, I mean, this one has been quite voracious, as you can see. And same with this one. And yeah, becoming quite the bush. And then it activated all this growth down here. And the next Sumatran toilet bowl species is my enormous. Got a little stressed, I think, because the heat really rises in this greenhouse, so I think it got a little bit too hot for it up here, but it's activating a node here, so we're going to get some more new growth out of this guy soon anyway, so no worries about that. And down here we have Nepenthes Berbigiae Vicae cross mollis from Westuba. It's a seed-grown individual, looking very mollis-like. Nice coppery peristome, very brightly colored when they first open, but then it darkens up to a kind of a coppery brown. The plant's looking really good right now. It's experiencing some good leaf jumps. Just looking very healthy overall. Has a new picture coming back there. And here's Nepenthes argentii. Very, very excited about this because it was in my indoor setup and it was not pitchering. So I just threw it out here in the greenhouse in front of the fan. And lo and behold, immediately starts pitchering, and I'm very excited to see some Nepenthes argentii pitchers in my greenhouse. It's a really cool little species. I really like the color of the pitchers and the peristome development on this, and it's just it's an extreme. It's the smallest of all Nepenthes, and it comes from a really windswept environment, so I decided that it would like a lot of wind from the fan. And here's Nepenthes ventricosa cross Attenburyi. I think I did a spotlight in this recently. Just a gorgeous cross. Really, really happy with this individual and really, really excited to see how this ends up growing over the next year or so. Has a new picture coming back there. Not the fastest ventricosa hybrid. It's not like it really gains size quickly, but it has a decent leaf rate. And yeah, this one's also an anteater. Just looking painted. Just absolutely astounding pictures. Cannot wait to see upper pictures on this. They should get pretty massive. And here is Nepenthes Vicae lowii cross Edwardsiana. Not too much different than the last time I showed it. Still has this picture here. Very big, about 9 inches tall. This one really got some good size genetics and is putting on size quickly. And it has a picture about to open here. Pretty fucking girthy. Excuse my French. This is also getting pretty big at about, I think, 17 or 18 inches across. At one point it was 19, I think, when it was measured from this leaf here to that leaf there, but now it's, I think, 17 across, you know. So moving right along, we're gonna go here. There's a new pop on Raja cross lowii Vicae. Nice fist-sized pitcher here. Should get bigger. Really great development on it though. Awkward angle for me to try to get it at. There's an older picture, just looking like a colorful Raja. And this picture, you know, it's kind of dying off a little bit. It looks like the lid's kind of withering, getting a little bit moldy or something. But I'm very happy to have 3 at once on this plant, and looking really healthy and good right now. So happy with that. And here's Nepenthes trismatiensis. I think I posted this one recently. Newest picture's amazing. Very big and girthy and heavy. And the plant looks excellent right now too. Very happy with the development of this trismatiensis that took many years to get to this size, but really starting to get going now and come into its own. Here's an older picture back here. It's really hard to get to, but it's just as big, and it's very spectacular. Hopefully if I get back here later in the video, I can get a better angle of it. Here's my Nepenthes Afipiata, Hose Mountains, and kind of the same story. Same story with the Argentii. This started doing a lot better when I put it outside. This picture is actually one of the smallest pictures it's put out, but there's a little bit of a new thing going on here where it has its first lid hair, as you can see on the lid. So I'm very excited about that, and hopefully the next picture is back to normal size with some lid hairs and it's a little bit better color. But it looks like it has a jump happening, so very excited about that. And then here's Nepenthes Loei Boschiana Veitchii cross Spatulata Edwardsiana from Nepenthes Vibes. Love how the ribbed peristome from Edwardsiana shines through. Some big pictures. This is one that's growing very fast. Excited to see what this looks like and see how the peristome development is as it gets bigger. And here's Nepenthes Hemata cross Rob Cantley. Just looking stunning with this new picture. This one has won multiple awards at a much smaller size. I wouldn't say that it's a clean enough plant right now to win any awards at plant shows, but that picture is just really, really good, and has another one hiding back here that's big. I think I did a spotlight on this one recently. And then here's Nepenthes Raja Verbigia, the recreation of Alyssa Petrana. Not the biggest one ever. For some reason this one is reluctant to get big, but it has really good color. And has a nice rosette of pictures. Has one right in the Rob Aristolo cross Spectabilis pot, and just a really good cross. I don't like it quite as much as my Raja Loei Veitchii, but that's mostly, I bet if it was the same size I probably would. Pretty healthy plant. Never really has been an issue growing this one as far as health goes. There's the Nepenthes Loei back here. Gonna put out a new picture, as we can see down there underneath some leaves. Holding on to this picture for a while, a lot of exudate. And here is Nepenthes Mollis, pretty new acquisition, but settling in really nicely. Really good looking new growth, and a new picture going to form on that new growth. So excited for that. That's a Westuba clone, and should have some really good color. Here is Nepenthes Veitchii. This is the Borneo Exotics 3734, and now that some of these are starting to really be grown out, a lot of them have this giant puffball shape. New picture here. I really am a big fan, especially when they first open and they're luminous. And then here's a new picture forming here. Things are in the basil and vine, so it's pretty cool. Here's Nepenthes Naga. Picturific right now, big full rosette. Newest pictures here. Quite a big plant. Nice plum colored pictures. This one's starting to get really dark. Yeah, big, it's quite big, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the upper pictures on this guy. Naga and Bongzo get really cool and interesting contrasted upper pictures versus lower pictures. And here is Nepenthes Truncata Northiana Veitchii cross Afipiata cross Vogelii. Very Vogelii dominant cross, but that's perfectly fine because that's what I was looking for, something with strong Vogelii genetics, and it's got some interesting stuff sprinkled in there as well. So it's doing really well, putting on size quickly. The pictures that form in sunlight look terrific. I mean, just a luminous green color. This is from Predatory Plants, Talented Vision. Very excited about having this and looking so good in my greenhouse right now. Here's Nepenthes Glandulifera across Afipiata. Just getting huge, starting to grow right into the Veitchii. Don't even know what I'm going to do with this guy. I really want it to flower. This, I'm pretty sure, is a male. It has a lot of pictures on it. That one down there opened a while ago. Looking good here. And yeah, I'm going to have to... I don't have time to make this half an hour, unfortunately, as much as I want to. Just take my time, so I have to kind of get through this a little bit quickly. So here's Nepenthes Rob Cantley, which officially is no longer now a species. It's a hybrid, a cultivated, actually kind of seen as almost a cultivated hybrid because there's only been one sighting of a natural occurring plant in the wild, according to Stuart McPherson in his newest Nepenthes books. But yeah, this looks really good, regardless of whether it's natural hybrid or a cultivated hybrid or a species or whatever. I'm very happy with how this one's coming back. It was putting out small, kind of not the best pictures for a while because it was stressed, but it's starting to look good again. very excited to finally have you back, Rob. Back here, we got Alocasia azulanii from Carnivoro. We got Drosera ultramafica growing here. Some Drosera back there like Admirabilis. We got Stylidium debile, which is kind of dying back. We got Palamonensis here, which flowered male last fall. It's got some basal growth. It's got a new pitcher there. And then it's growing right next to my Nepenthes platychila from Christian Klein. It looks like tall and skinny and short and fat standing next to each other. There's another picture on the platychila, Acanthus kinnibalu, that has not flowered yet. Really hoping that it does soon. Really want to see those flowers. And here is the Nepenthes Edwardsiana. I actually have a bigger one now growing in my indoor setup, but this is my little original one. It's looking quite healthy. Looks like a little bit of a leaf jump there, maybe a very small one, but you know, a happy little pitchering plant. So I'm happy with that. Here we have Nepenthes ramaspina. Here's the lower pitchers, the really dark ones, and then the upper pitchers are a little less dark and they're kind of more grayish brown. But I've had this plant since 2014. It's never flowered. Really hope it does at some point. Nepenthes clipiata, or Maxima clipiata, growing right in front of my Talangensis beechii boschiana, which looks like a dark Spatulata jacquelineae. Beautiful plant. Really happy that this one ended up being good. I did a spotlight on this one recently. If you really are interested, you can watch that. Here's Ventricosa alba. Has a new picture opening here. Big long vine on this guy. Should have a lot of pictures opening up soon. Hopefully before winter. And here's the truncata Highland reddish leaves. For some reason it loves to fold the peristome, the lid down. I have no idea why. It's perfectly hydrated, but it looks like it's dehydrated because of what it does to the lid, but hopefully that trait goes away as the plant gets bigger. And here's Veitchii loei cross spectabilis. Just a gorgeous plant. Looking really good right now. Tons of pitchers. The leaves look like crap because I think some mites got it, but they still, it doesn't really seem to mind pest damage. It pitchers right on through all that, but I treated it anyway, so. But yeah, spectacular plant. I moved a lot of my helium flora outside just because I thought they would do better. Here is Monolina species Ecuador, which I don't know, it's always makes really half-hearted attempts at growing leaves. It's not as spectacular as it should be. Here's these real stoichioides with no pictures on it currently, even though I had a lot of pictures on it this summer. Here's Ionacea cross Serracinoides, which actually I'm going to keep in here. And then here's Nepenthes densiflora camiri. Or Nepenthes species camiri, sold by Wistuba. Here is one of my favorites. This is Raja cross Dracolineae. Voracious anteater. This is one of the best predator catchers. I mean, this is one of the best predators in my greenhouse. It just has nectar, a really slippery peristome, and some thick digestive fluid, and a lot of ways to catch prey. You know, that sticky wall it has, and then some really sticky digestive fluid. And I find that Jacquelineae crosses catch prey better than just about any other plant I grow. I mean, that includes all my Peltata Jacquelineae and my Spatulata Jacquelineae. Right here is Spatulata Jacquelineae. And every time I think that this plant is going to wind down for the year, it comes back in full force and has some really good looking pictures on it right now. This one is almost black, super deep purple. One of my favorite crosses in here. Love anything with Jacquelineae. And here is Nepenthes truncata, Titanic Tyrant from Predatory Plants. It's definitely to get too big for the spot at some point soon. There's some pictures back there. New growth is looking great, and it's going to have another picture on it soon. And here is Nepenthes Spatulata diabolica. These are some of the last lower pictures we're going to see from this plant for a long time because it has 2 growth points and both of them are now vining, unfortunately. But it has 2 flowers on it right now. Oh, it has a flower here. I mean, I think that this is a voracious predator too. It eats a lot of prey, so it's going to flower a lot. And also, it's just a very vigorous plant. So we have the Nepenthes Singulana bellarang here, which is a female, which I would love to flower again and cross with my Spatulata diabolica, but it just doesn't seem like it really wants to flower. Here's Myrmecodia platytyrea, ant plant here in the corner. Pretty good looking plant. Leaves aren't the best, but it's a pretty fat and healthy specimen. And then here's Peltata Jacquelineae. from Exotica. Caught this last year, and it's been a really voracious grower, putting on size really quick. It's already like 13 inches across, and I got it was like 5 or 6. So yeah, here we go. Down here is Belly Eye cross Uli Caliana, also from Exotica. Got this about 4 years ago on an eBay auction. And then here's Epiphytica cross Mollis with like a 8-inch pitcher. Big jump on this one. My favorites are these though. I really like the color on these. I hope it kind of keeps that gradation as it gets bigger. And yeah, it's just a really easy growing cross. And I've almost forgot about some stuff up here. Some orchids, here's some pings. This is the ping cherry bomb. Here's Helium Forest Cercinioides cross Minor Burgundy Black, which is actually doing pretty decently. There's some more pings. This is another ant plant. This is Hydnophytum formicarum. Looks like it's starting to settle in and put out some good looking new growth. And then here's Veitchii B from Red Leaf Exotics. This is a Candy Dreams cross. And then here's some miscellaneous stuff that I like okay, but maybe not a favorite right now. This is Hemata platykyla. Actually a really nice picture on this Hemata platykyla from Borneo Exotics. And that's Lowii Veitchii Red, cross Verbigiae, cross Lowii Gothica warped peristome from Flora a couple years ago. Just been a super slow grower. And here is the Nepenthes peltata. This is the 3464 with a picture on it here. And it's pretty much identical to my 4025, which has a ton of basal growth. This one is an Akadama, but here's a picture on that one. And then it's a little more striped, a little less solid colored on the peristome on this one. But a very beautiful plant. I literally like peltata, but kind of wish I had 2 very different individuals. And then here is Spatulata Aristoculides cross Lowii, with some pictures. It's not really in good view, and I don't feel like pulling them out, but some uppers hanging down in the jungle over there. There's my Nepenthes Hemata right there, looking good. Some pictures. And here is Truncata cross Edwardsiana. This I got from Winston, along with the Ventricosa alba, and also the Truncata Hemata. But yeah, this is really, really good. This is probably about 10 inches tall. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. This thing is like a philodendron with pitchers, and big ones at that. But lovely cross with Edwardsiana. I love Edwardsiana, so how could I complain? And here's Truncata cross Hemata. And here is my giant bromeliad that I finally moved the other day, and I realized how big it had gotten. This is Vricia gigantea. Stellar looking plant. Wow. Just huge and just amazing color. And then here's Bulbergia Darth Vader, looking like the night sky. And then there is Burkinia reducta. And here is Elaphiclosum decoratum, which is a tropical fern. My kratom looking a lot better out here in the greenhouse than indoors. So I'm going to conclude it there. Thanks for watching. We'll do some species and hybrid spotlights soon when some of the new stuff happens and some of the new pictures pop.